Minority start off with a Rourke ban. Yugen will follow. They get rid of that Nacroth.
Interesting to go for these particular bans here. Rourke is considered one of the top junglers in the Conqueror ranks, but not really ban-worthy when you come to competitive play. Organized play, I should say.
Minority actually going all the way with the strategy we've praised many teams for, focusing on characters you're worried about seeing against you, as opposed to getting rid of, quote-unquote, the powerful characters, because this forces the team opposing you to then decide whether or not they think it's worth banning out the powerful characters over anything else. Yugen will finally chip into that. They answer the Annette ban with a Florentino ban, leaving the most powerful Sephira and Elsu still on the board. Neither is banned out by Minority.
Interesting, they go for the Rourke and the Zephys. So these are two heroes that were used by SNXP on your Yugen Dynasty. Perhaps Minority has some scouting on Monday here.
It also leaves the choice in Yugen's hands. Do they ban out the Elsu? No, they opt for the teaming. This means Elsu will get through. They do get the choice between Sephira and Richter, or both over on the Yugen side.
Superman's still alive too.
Superman's still on the cards. Minority have a lot of choices.
Superman. Just pick Superman.
Or pick Elsu.
Right, but
Or why don't you just pick neither and just go Sephira, and
Sephira's amazing
you have
too.
it. Elsu then falls into the hands of Yugen
Dynasty.
Woo, words are hard, boys. It's been a long first day. I'm all right. Somebody give me a cane or something, because old man Jump's starting to crumble. Got Elsu. We've got Richter locked in for Yugen Dynasty. Now that flows down to the 2-3 for Minority. Now that we've seen the strong picks in the first three with Sephira, Elsu, and Richter, it still leaves an opportunity for Superman.
Dun, 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 dun.
Superman.
No, that's the Batman theme song.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, gosh. Well, it doesn't matter. Thane Tulin locked in for Minority.
He was right. I'm just standing with Daniel here.
Whatever.
Minority will go through
You're
Thane.
bullying me.
No, you're bullying yourself. Thane and Tulin, neither of which Superman, both of which odd. Minority, it feels like they're going for a set draft that they might sometimes struggle to get, so that they can get some practice out of this game.
We're also getting to see Quillen for the first time today. There's been lots of question marks wondering, is he someone that needs to pop up? He's locked in. Flash is locked in. 4 seconds left remaining on Minority. There's the Superman, the Man of Steel himself, is locked in, and joining him is going to be a Violet.
They are not afraid. They are not afraid of this Quillen. They were thinking of going for the Linus, and the Linus is squishy, but she does have the ability to reveal him. Instead, they go for Violet. Just no fear. Like, bring it. Bring it with your Quillen. We can take it.
And third time's the charm. It's going to be a Grack locked in for the final decision of Yugen.
Stop.
Hello? Are you asking if I'm okay? You're saying
TJ?
no to a Grack?
What is happening?
Why are you picking Grack?
Are you okay? Somebody have a thermometer? We need to test his temperature.
They're ruining Grack's win rate.
That's all that matters. Just give me Grack's win rate and we're fine. All right, gentlemen.
The problem is, look, I'm always an advocate for Grack, but I literally don't see who he's trying to hook on this opposing team. Like, anyone you pull in from the Minority side, you lose to. You pull in the Sephira, Tides of Life are there. You pull in the Thane, that's a bad idea. He can just live that. You pull in the Tulin, he's got infinite mobility. He can just dip. You pull in the Superman, congratulations, now your entire team was just pushed back into the enemy team, and even the Violet has significant burst mobility on the tactical fire. There is no reason at all to run a draft into this comp.
Maybe they just want to impress you, TJ.
I don't want to be impressed. I want to see you win.
All right, wise words from the man himself. Taking a look, though, yes, despite the fact of the lack of counters, the lack of whatever Grack wants to do against the enemy team, let's look at what we have for the picks specifically for Yugen Dynasty and what they can do despite what they're playing against. Do they have synergy with their roster?
Other than the Grack, yes. Because you look, they have the ridiculous damage coming out from Elsu. If Elsu chunks him into half, Quillen is there to pick up the kill, pick up that reset. That is a ridiculous combination that we've seen time and time again on the solo queue, by the way, which is very frustrating.
Well, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's actually just Grack and the severe sadness.
That's not how I thought you were going with that.
Don't worry about it, guys. Match 2, game number 1 is underway. Minority versus Yugen Dynasty. We've got TJ, we've got D2. It's your call.
TJ just said.
Hey, might not be for long. Maybe Junie can turn this all around. We did see Yugen get some good scrim results in private games.
They have a good draft. They have some very powerful heroes here.
They have the Elsu. I feel like we kind of brushed over that because Minority
they have Elsu and Richter and Quillen. I know Quillen's not always taken, but when you combine it with the Elsu and the Richter who can chunk people down.
Good pull. Uni opening up, pulling Nani back in. I mean, they don't really have the damage this early on, but it'll scare them low.
Oh, hello. So we talked about Grek so long that we did not realize that this is a double mage comp. They put 80-0 in the bot lane. That is neither a support Sephira nor a mid Sephira.
Okay.
The last time we saw this was from Geo Esports when they put him in the bottom lane, but that was against a melee hero. That was against like Malik, if I remember correctly.
But we were watching some Asian games recently. I believe it was the RPL, the Thailand League.
Yes.
They were running L'Oreal and Flash in the bot lane because you can power farm.
Yeah.
So anything you put in that bot lane, not just an assassin or a marksman, will get terrifyingly powerful. And if you're having to play into a side lane mage, like an Elsu, or side lane marksman like an Elsu, maybe it's a viable option.
That could very well be, but Nani's not looking like his life is viable right now.
Ooh, rough. He'll try and back out. The snipe is being tested. He'll land on a maybe gods in the backline, tagging him very low. Now the dive from J5 will come through. Dual spirals, disengages, and follows through with the damage. Nani has to heal the flicker forward. J5 barely survives. The snipe will go wide. Now 80-0 dives forward, knocks dual spirals low, but cannot scare Yugen Dynasty off of the Abyssal Dragon.
Right, I think Yugen Dynasty is going to be able to take this here, which will give them a pretty significant lead. This is huge here for Monday. Monday needs to get farmed up. People think that assassins, all of them, are super dangerous from the very beginning of the game, thinking of things like Crickneck, but that is not Quillen. Quillen is one who needs that farm. He needs that Claw of Sanctity as quickly as possible.
So I was like looking at this draft, and like I feel Minority might have bitten off more than they can chew.
Yeah, I think I agree with what you were saying earlier, that this may be kind of like a practice match, but they might lose this if they're not careful.
Cyclone will come through. Junie is very low. Maybe Gods will grab the Grak. Now January comes through, doing damage that he can, but he's low. Hitman now threatens J5, and Mundi will be there. That's a major kill coming out. Nani needs to bail out. He's two will be snagged. Mundi, that is a great start.
Can I have three? Oh my goodness, the reset's coming out from Quillen. If you guys are somewhat not familiar with Quillen, he does get resets he does get resets every single time he kills a hero, just like Butterfly, which means he can go invisible, he can heal up, he can go on to his next target, and when he targets them from the back, he gets ridiculous damage, he gets those crits, and those crits will go up in damage as the game progresses.
But hey, it's your jungle checking. That's a scary Violet quietly happening there.
Little by little, 1.8 gold, 2 maybe God's name at the moment. So much to work with. Oh, that is, I'm sorry, but that skid, I'm sorry to go on about the dual spiral, but it's a heart. That is a heart when he snipes.
Nice.
That is beautiful.
It'll fire out forward there, sending waves of love down towards the Sephira 80s hero who
To
plays
me and
safe
you.
behind her.
Love to me and you, TJ.
Nah, it's 80s hero he wants.
Oh, well, he just wants pain for him, though. Same thing.
Some relationships are like that.
Oh.
80s hero will push forward. He's now shifted up to the mid lane as all of Minority want pressure onto Yugen Dynasty, and they'll scare Monday back. We were putting a little bit of question marks around this Minority draft. We said maybe they bit off more than they can chew. Now they're starting to play aggro.
Yeah, they need to do so, because if Monday starts to get farmed, if Dual Spiral starts to get farmed, it's very, very dangerous.
The Abyssal will go over to Yugen Dynasty. They now have a pretty significant lead, but it might be undone if the connections can come through. Nani leads into the team, scooping 2 up. There's the Avalon's Fury, a big stun. Uni will go in, trying to stay alive. The snipes are coming through. Dual spirals from the back, but Juni's already down. It's an even trade for maybe Gods. 80-0 will barely survive, but does get the disengage out. And now Dual Spirals himself is in a lot of trouble with Monday already gone. That's a 1 fight for Minority.
Crucially for Minority, they do get the Quillen, and that is what allowed them to get away from that fight scot-free. If Monday does not go down, they could all die there, and that is something we need to keep track of for the rest of this game.
Feeling maybe a little bit more like a Tuesday there in the bottom lane.
I don't understand, but we'll roll with it.
It's not his day, Daniel.
Ooh. Oh my. Okay. It could also just be a Saturday, which is today.
Actually should have done that.
Yeah.
Monday will get back to his wave clear though, or his jungle clear rather. He's just looking for the fastest farm possible because it is the duel of the 2 junglers here.
Right, and that duel is going to continue until they're all dead, perhaps, because Maybe God has so much damage, and so is Monday once he starts to pick up his next item.
January, you walked back into that. You caught the hook.
I got it.
Nice.
Junie has been doing this consistently, by the way. He's been throwing hooks in unexpected places, purposely so that it's completely impossible to predict. And sometimes it looks silly, and sometimes you catch people like that.
That's actually how I plan my Grak hooks, too.
The best way to do it.
I don't know what I'm doing. Nobody does.
I cannot get. Oh, never mind.
Monday will be burned down. J5 with the chase. This mid lane tower actually properly under threat now. I think the jokes have ended. An 80-0 commits. Dual spirals very low. Has to disengage out, and Sly can't land his Cyclone either. The snipes do come through, but this is a second tower under threat. Hitman, you've got to be wonderful, because this is a lot of players against you. He'll spend the mark of the hunter. Maybe God is low, but Junie's nowhere close with his hook, and J5 continues to press underneath the tower. There's the rest of the team, and another wave. This could be problems for Yugen.
Yugen Dynasty had 3 members in the bottom lane, wasting time, getting nothing done. 80-0 outdueled all of them by him's lonesome, and they nearly got 2 towers because of it, speaking of minority.
Abyssal Dragon up for grabs. Sly tried to contest. He's in a lot of trouble, though, as Nani scoops him out. The snipe will be measured carefully and goes wide. January now dives the backline while 80-0 tries to capitalize, but Junie's got a great World Devour. That stalled things up. Maybe God's grabbed. Hitman on the backlines. January is very low. It's only Junie and Sly to fall in trade. Now with the second kill onto Nani, this suddenly is looking very possible for Yugen Dynasty. They get 4. Oh my goodness. Dual Spiral steps up. J5's tagged by a snipe. Even in the bush, he's not safe. That was a really good fight. Ooh. And J5 narrowly survives going down.
That entire time, J5 was hunting down Monday, making sure that the resets couldn't come through, but because he wasn't there, his team fell without him. And now, Yugen Dynasty making this into more than a game.
Monday will grab this tower and then presumably beeline out of there, because it's dangerous to be alone there. The Abyssal Dragon will be grouped up.
It absolutely is dangerous to be down there with such little health. He's nearly dying to the Abyssal.
Are you? Run.
He's okay. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried. J5. Look at the Spirit Sentinel. Minority. At a gold deficit.
They absolutely are. And I want to talk about the fact that the gold that has gone to the side of Yugen has transformed into a Clavis Sancti. That is the most important item there for Quillen, because it gives you 62.5% more damage on every single crit attack. It's ridiculous how powerful that is on a Quillen.
Quillen is guaranteed critical hits if he attacks any target for the back, which means that if you build for crit damage, then get behind people, you do a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing basically normal crits now, like over 200%. So every time he gets behind, he's doing absolutely nuts damage.
Hitman will back out. Lots of people on this town. 3 members of Minority down there, and that means the top lane tower is pretty easy to pick up. And it will go over to Yugen Dynasty. Hitman gets safe behind his tower as well. 4 members of Minority now in the bot lane.
And that allows for the Darkslayer to get taken.
Look at the tower, though. Is that a fair trade?
It's not if the multiple towers are taken with the Darkslayer, because they not only have this Darkslayer, but they have a slight gold lead.
They might get 2 towers. Hitman though goes in, maybe God's barely able to keep the team alive. 80-0 comes through. Oh, but that's a good turn. Maybe 80-0 slaughter Slide. Now Nani comes through. 80-0 did fall to the damage coming out. January will join the front lines. Yugen Dynasty in a lot of trouble if they can't get more from it. Monday, with his new increased damage, hovers nearby, but goes for wave clear on mid instead of pressing the issue.
So Aegis here was able to snipe out Sly, but then gets taken down by Monday. Good stun there by Nani, though, to make sure that he doesn't get any more.
Monday just kind of can't commit onto January, though. He's just so quick moving.
Yeah, it's hard to get behind him, but he can get behind 80's hero. Even though that's a Sephira with Tide of Life, if you can bait it out one way or another, then you can just jump right back in. So he has multiple targets. He can go into Tulin, he can go on to Violet, he can go on to Sephira. It's a little bit harder on the Tulin.
Tide of Life are forced. 80's hero will get safe, but he's blown in ultimate, and he cannot hold wave.
And Hades' hero is able to get out there alive, though. That is how you do it with Sephira. You pop that Tide of Life, you flicker out of there, and then you go right back in for the fight.
However, that Tides of Life will not be available. Minority actually rotate a lot of players down there to save it.
So one thing about the cooldowns on 80's hero is that when you're able to use Water Spirits and then auto attack, it actually lowers the cooldowns of everything. So that's why you want to see 80's hero consistently go for those auto attacks after Water Spirits so that you can get the Tides of Life right back up.
Yugen Dynasty, 4 members in this bush, and they're checking the other bush with bullets.
Oh, Ooh,
80s
Hitman.
hero falls. Hitman, second time's the charm. Now Monday comes through. J5, you're in trouble. He has to bail. Thunderbird will not do enough. Baby God is already down. Monday to chase. That's a good hook. Nicely done by Judy. Nani's caught out. The World Devourer's there. He'll try and stay alive, but it does not matter in that close a fight. Monday's guaranteed to get the kill. Here comes the Drake up against the bottom lane. And this is devastating. Minority. Almost a complete team wipe.
You let a Quillen get farmed and you get what you deserve. Maybe, God, excuse me, Minority, what have you done? You've unleashed a monster.
Maybe he can't. Maybe not. This is a lot of trouble here for Minority. Oh, that Cyclone!
Oh.
Yes!
Bring
Give
him
me
in.
more! Monday goes
that's it.
through. That core is gone. Finally, they get a turn. Finally, they stop Monday's
spiral, don't
rampage.
spiral.
I don't think it's enough. Baby God is there for
That's
the
it.
damage. Judy's there. Yugen Dynasty do get their win. Minority are gone in just 11 minutes. Yugen Dynasty slaughter the team that we thought was going to be challenging for the #1 slot in North America.
We said that draft was dangerous. You give away a Richter, you give away Nelson, you give away Quillen, and you get what you deserve. You get Dynasty, bring it.